You might be thinking if you are in the rice business, suddenly the prices are fluctuating. Let's take an example of 100% broken rice, raw. Normally, the price range would be somewhere around 15 to 16 rupees for non-Sortex broken, and might be about 17 to 18 odd rupees per kg for Sortex broken rice, right? But today, as on 10th March 2022, you might have noticed that the price has reached about 19.25 or 19.4 or 19.5 rupees a kg, right? There's an increase because 1 rupee increase in price also means that roughly it's a increase of about $15 per ton, right? At this price, sometimes getting the orders becomes difficult. Already booked orders, fulfilling them becomes difficult. Booking new orders for this price becomes difficult. So if we have to understand why this change in price, what happened suddenly, why this price keeps changing, right? So I think basically fundamentally the thing and issue here is of supply and demand. The supply is almost stable and the same, but suddenly the demand for this particular rice has increased, right? Now, why did the demand increase, right? Every year there is a pattern which follows, right? But we know for rice exports in the last 1 or 2 years, Vietnam has become a new buyer for India, right? I mean, Vietnam was a buyer a few years back, 10 years back. Vietnam used to buy a few quantity, but suddenly आप देख सकते हो कि अचानक वियतनाम एक बड़ा बायर बन चुका है इंडियन राइस के लिए, और ये सडनली क्या हुआ है ऐसा जो ये डिमांड बना है, राइट? So if you try to understand this, you will know that if you follow the news, you'll see that China is facing a food scarcity and food shortage. So China used to normally buy from neighboring countries, though China by itself being a largest producer of rice, China used to fulfill its gap in demand from neighboring countries like Vietnam, Philippines, Laos, Cambodia, etc. But when last year, when Vietnam itself was facing a bit shortage of crop, and then government imposed not to export rice because of the COVID situation, and Vietnam had a lot of orders from China. Vietnam had low production in their country, so that the gap is what they wanted to fulfill from India rice, right? We also having some experience exporting to Vietnam. We also saw that the rice which is gone from India also kind of had acceptance in the Vietnam market, which means Indian rice has acceptance, the quality is acceptable. कुछ हो सकता है, कुछ मिलर्स खुद इंपोर्ट करके रीपॉलिश करते हैं या री एक्सपोर्ट करते हैं या रीसप्लाई करते हैं. So that suddenly a new market has come in its demand. I think in the last year, out of the 70,000 crores rice that got exported from India, roughly about 950 to 1,000 crores was from Vietnam, and this year I think that's going to be even much higher, right? So the supply and demand, there's a lot of supply, but there is no buyer in the market for a particular variety or for a particular rice. Then the price drops because millers going to say that I have to run my mill, just give me this price, I want to cover my costs, I'm ready to give you at a discounted price. So this is how what happens. So if the last thing that I want to say, my friends, is if we are observant and we observe what's happening in the market, the news, like say the Ukraine war, the Western country, America, throwing sanction on Russia, which means a lot of rice exporters or any exporter from India whose primary market was Russia are now in a very difficult situation, right? Because if the payments are in US dollars and US has put a sanction on Russia, then your cargoes is somewhere stuck, your payments are stuck. What is the solution? We don't know. But might be there is a solution, but this solution is going to take some time. You will have to wait, there's a delay, but you have to run your working capital, your business. So a lot of things what happens in the market really do affect the businesses, right? So this is about it, my friends. Supply and demand is what we wanted to discuss. We'll come up with more videos like this. I hope you like the content that we share. Please leave us your comment. Do tell your friends about us, and keep watching.